Welcome to Chinese History and Mythology.
Hey friends, welcome back to Chinese History and Mythology. Last time, we talked about one of the most important turning points in the history of the Three Kingdoms, the Battle of Guandu. Yuan Shao led an army of 700,000 men southward, hoping to destroy Cao Cao in a single campaign. But in Cao Cao's hands, there were only 70,000 soldiers. The two sides faced each other at Guandu for months. Although Yuan Shao held an overwhelming advantage in numbers, he repeatedly missed critical opportunities. Advisors like Tian Feng and Shou constantly urged him to fight steadily and use his superior grain supplies to slowly wear down Cao Cao. But Yuan Shao refused to listen. Instead, he imprisoned the very men who tried to save him. On the other side, although Cao Cao lacked both troops and supplies, he held firmly to Guandu and patiently waited for his chance. At the most critical moment, Yuan Shao's advisor Xu Yu, humiliated by his own lord, fled overnight to Cao Cao's camp and revealed the single piece of information that would decide the entire war, the location of the grain depot at Wuchao. Soon afterward, Cao Cao personally led 5,000 elite troops in a night raid on Wuchao. One massive fire burned all of Yuan Shao's grain supplies to the ground. The morale of Yuan Shao's army collapsed instantly. Zhang He and Gao Lan surrendered during the battle, and Yuan Shao suffered total defeat, fleeing north with only 800 cavalrymen. After the Battle of Guandu, the situation in northern China completely reversed. Yuan Shao, once the most powerful warlord in the land, began a steady decline, and Cao Cao, from that moment onward, truly started to become the strongest ruler of the Three Kingdoms era. And today, our story continues from the moment Yuan Shao retreated back to the north after his crushing defeat. After the disastrous defeat at Guandu, Yuan Shao escaped across the northern bank of the Li River with only a little more than 800 cavalrymen. General Jiang Yayikui received him outside the camp and helped gather the scattered survivors. Once the defeated soldiers heard that Yuan Shao was still alive, they gradually regrouped around him. That night, Yuan Shao heard soldiers weeping over brothers and relatives who had died on the battlefield. Many of them sighed, "If only our lord had listened to Tian Feng back then, how could things have ended like this?" Yuan Shao was filled with regret and sighed deeply. "I refused to listen to Tian Feng, and now I suffer this defeat. How can I still face him after returning home?" The next day, Fang Ji arrived with reinforcements. Yuan Shao spoke openly about his shame and regret, but Fang Ji took the chance to slander Tian Feng. When Tian Feng heard in prison that my lord had lost the battle, he clapped his hands and laughed, saying everything had happened exactly as he predicted. Yuan Shao flew into a rage. He immediately sent a messenger back to Ji province, carrying a sword, and ordered Tian Feng's execution. Inside the prison, Tian Feng had already expected his death. He told the prison guards, "Yuan Shao appears broad-minded on the outside, but inwardly he is jealous and suspicious. If he had won, perhaps he might have spared me. But now that he has lost, his shame has turned into anger. He will surely kill me to vent his hatred." When the messenger arrived, Tian Feng sighed and said, "To fail to understand the true nature of the man I served, that is my own lack of wisdom." After saying this, he took his own life inside the prison. After Zhu Shou, now Tian Feng too was dead. One after another, the pillars of northern China had fallen. After retreating back to Ji province, Yuan Shao became restless and depressed, neglecting government affairs entirely. His wife, Lady Liu, urged him to settle the question of succession quickly. Yuan Shao had 3 sons. The eldest, Yuan Tan, governed Qing province. The second, Yuan Shi, governed Yu province. And the youngest, Yuan Shang, was his favorite. Yuan Shao summoned Shen Pei, Feng Ji, Xing Ping, and Guo Tu to discuss the matter. He wanted to make Yuan Shang his heir, but Guo Tu warned him. To abandon the eldest son and favor the youngest is the beginning of chaos within a family. Our enemies outside are not yet defeated. This is not the time to create conflict within. Yuan Renxiao hesitated and could not decide. Just then, Yuan Tan, Yuan Xi, and his nephew Gao Gan each arrived with troops to reinforce him. Yuan Shao was overjoyed and temporarily put aside the issue of succession, preparing once more for war against Cao Cao. After his victory, Cao Cao marched his army to the banks of the Yellow River. The local people came out carrying food and water to welcome him. Cao Cao comforted the people and ordered his entire army not to harm civilians. He declared that anyone who slaughtered even the chickens and dogs of the common people would be punished as if they had murdered a human being. Not long afterward, scouts reported that Yuan Shao had regrouped the armies of 4 provinces and established camp at Kanking. Cao Cao immediately advanced to meet him. The next day, the two armies faced each other. Hoping to earn merit before his father, Yuan Shao rode out and challenged Xi Huan. Pretending to retreat, he suddenly turned and fired an arrow that struck Xi Huan directly in the left eye. Xi Huan fell from his horse and died instantly. Seeing his son victorious, Yuan Shao ordered a full attack, and the two sides clashed in fierce battle before finally withdrawing to their camps. After returning to camp, Cheng Yu proposed a strategy called the ambush from 10 sides. He suggested pretending to retreat toward the riverbank, making it appear that the Cao army had nowhere left to escape. Once Yuan Shao pursued them, hidden forces from 10 different directions would strike from both flanks. Cao Cao accepted the plan. That night, Su Xichu pretended to raid Yuan Shao's camp, luring Yuan Shao into pursuit. By dawn, the Cao army had retreated to the edge of the river. Cao Cao shouted loudly, "There is no road left behind us. If you do not fight to the death now, when will you fight?" The Cao soldiers turned and launched a furious counterattack. XUC charged at the very front, personally killing more than 10 enemy officers. Yuan Shao's army immediately fell into chaos. Yuan Shao hurriedly ordered a retreat, only to fall directly into a series of ambushes. Xiahou Yuan and Gao Lan struck first. Then Yu Jin and Yu Zhen cut off another route. Li Dian and Xu Huang blocked the escape path, while Zhang Liao and Zhang He stormed into the abandoned camp. Cao Hong and Xiahou Deng then attacked from the front. Yuan Shao and his sons fought desperately to break through. Yuan Shi and Gao Gan were both wounded by arrows, and their armies suffered catastrophic losses. Holding his wounded son in his arms, Yuan Shao burst into tears and coughed blood as he sighed. "I have fought wars for decades. I never imagined I would fall into such a state today. Heaven truly intends to destroy me." He then ordered Yuan Tan to return to Qing province, Yuan Xi to Yu province, and Gao Gan to Bing province so they could each reorganize troops and defend their territories. Yuan Shao himself returned to Ji province with Yuan Shang to recover from illness, leaving Shan Pei and Fang Ji temporarily in charge of military affairs. After the great victory at Kangting, many of Cao Cao's generals urged him to immediately seize Ji province. But Cao Cao replied, Ji province still has abundant supplies, and Shan Pei is a capable strategist. We must not attack recklessly. The crops are now growing in the fields. If we force an attack, the common people will suffer. Better to wait until after the autumn harvest. Just as he finished speaking, an urgent letter arrived from Sun Yu, reporting that Liu Bei had gathered tens of thousands of men in Runan together with Liu Pai and Gong Du, and was preparing to strike Xiuchang while Cao Cao campaigned in the north. Cao Cao was shocked. Leaving Cao Hong behind to guard the Yellow River, he personally led the main army south to confront Liu Bei. At that time, Liu Bei, together with Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Shao Yun, and the others, was preparing to attack Suchang. As they reached Rangshan, they encountered Cao Cao's advancing army. Liu Bei divided his forces into 3 camps. Guan Yu guarded the southeast, Zhang Fei the southwest, while Liu Bei and Zhao Yun remained in the center. Before the battle, Cao Cao demanded, "I treated you as an honored guest. Why have you betrayed my trust and forgotten my kindness?" Liu Bei answered, "You used the title of Han Chancellor as a disguise, but in truth you are a traitor to the empire. I am a member of the imperial clan and have received the emperor's secret order to destroy the traitor." Then, before the armies, he publicly recited the secret blood-written decree hidden in the belt. Furious, Cao Cao ordered Su Xichu into battle. Zhao Yun rode out to face him, and the two fought for 30 rounds without a winner. Just then, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei charged in from both wings, launching a 3-sided attack. Cao Cao's army had marched a long distance and was already exhausted. Unable to withstand the assault, they retreated in defeat. Although Liu Bei won the first battle, he soon noticed that Cao Cao refused to emerge from camp for 10 straight days. Suddenly, urgent reports arrived saying Gong Du's grain convoy had been surrounded. Liu Bei sent Zhang Fei to rescue him. Another message soon followed. Xiahou Deng had bypassed the battlefield and was attacking Runan directly. Liu Bei quickly ordered Guan Yu back to defend the city. Before long, more terrible news arrived, one after another. Runan had already fallen. Liu Pai had abandoned the city. Guan Yu was trapped. Zhang Fei, while trying to rescue Gong Du, had also fallen into encirclement. Liu Bei wanted to retreat, but feared Cao Cao would pursue him. That night, he ordered false watch drums sounded through the camp while secretly withdrawing his army under cover of darkness. But as soon as they passed around a nearby hill, fires suddenly erupted on all sides. Cao Cao and his ambushed troops had already been waiting there. Zhao Yun fought desperately to protect Liu Bei and break through the encirclement. In the chaos, Liu Bei was forced to flee alone into the mountain pass. At dawn, Liu Bei encountered Liu Pai, leading a defeated force while escorting the families. Sun Qing, Jian Yong, and Mi Fang were also with them. Liu Bei had only just learned that Guan Yu had stayed behind to protect the families when Zhang He suddenly blocked the road ahead and Gao Lan attacked from behind. With no road left to escape, Liu Bei even considered drawing his sword and taking his own life. Liu Pai fought desperately to open a path for him but was cut down by Gao Lan. At the most dangerous moment, Zhao Yun arrived like a storm, killing Gao Lan with a single spear thrust and driving back Zhang He. Soon afterward, Guan Yu, Guan Ping, and Zhou Kang also arrived, and together they finally broke through the enemy lines. Guan Yu then found Zhang Fei as well, and at last the brothers reunited once more. The Cao army continued pursuing them in force. Liu Bei ordered Sun Qian and the others to escort the families ahead first, while he, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yun remained behind to cover the retreat. Fighting while retreating step by step, they finally escaped. Seeing that Liu Bei had already withdrawn far away, Cao Cao chose not to continue the pursuit. By then, Liu Bei's remaining troops numbered fewer than 1,000 men. Exhausted and miserable, they reached the banks of the Han River. The local people brought wine and food to them, but Liu Bei sighed to his followers. "All of you possess the talent to aid an emperor, yet unfortunately you chose to follow me. Now I do not even possess a place to stand. I fear I have only ruined your futures. Perhaps it would be better for each of you to seek another lord." Everyone covered their faces and wept. Guan Yu urged Liu Bei not to lose hope. Sun Qian then advised, "Jing province is not far from here. Liu Biao governs 9 commanderies and is also a member of the imperial clan. Why not seek refuge with him?" Liu Bei worried that Liu Biao might refuse to accept them, so Sun Qian volunteered to go ahead first and negotiate. When Sun Qian met Liu Biao, he explained that although Liu Bei now had few troops and was in desperate condition, his ambition remained the restoration of the Han dynasty, and he also shared imperial ancestry with Liu Biao. Liu Biao was delighted and said, "Xuande is my kinsman. I have long wished to meet him. If he is willing to come to Jing province, that is excellent news." But Cai Mao immediately tried to poison Liu Biao's opinion, saying Liu Bei had repeatedly attached himself to Liu Bu, Cao Cao, and Yuan Shao and could not be trusted. Sun Qian sternly refuted him. Liu Biao angrily rebuked Cai Mao, ordered Sun Qian to return with his answer, and personally rode 30 li outside the city to welcome Liu Bei. After entering Jing province, Liu Bei conducted himself with great humility and respect, while Liu Biao treated him generously. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and the others were also settled there together. When Cao Cao heard that Liu Bei had taken refuge under Liu Biao, he initially wanted to take advantage of the situation and invade Jing province. But Chen Yu advised him, Yuan Shao has not yet been completely destroyed. If we rashly march south now and trouble arises in the north, the outcome will become uncertain. Better to return to Sechang first. Next year we can destroy Yuan Shao before turning south toward Jing province. Cao Cao accepted the advice and withdrew his army back to Sechang. In the first month of the 7th year of Jian'an, Cao Cao once again prepared for a northern campaign. He ordered Xiahou Deng and Mian Chang to go Runan against Liu Biao, left Cao Ren and Sun Yu behind to defend Xuchang, and personally led the main army once more toward Guandu. Since his defeat the previous year, Yuan Shao had coughed blood and fallen gravely ill. Only now had he finally begun to recover, and he immediately wished to attack Xuchang again. Shen Pei advised him to let both army and people recover and avoid further war for the moment. But suddenly, scouts arrived with urgent news. Cao Cao had advanced once more toward Guandu and was preparing to invade Ji province. Yuan Shao insisted on personally leading the campaign. Yuan Shang, however, urged his father not to strain his still fragile health and volunteered to command the army in his place. Yuan Shao agreed. At the same time, he summoned Yuan Tan from Qing province, Yuan Xi from You province, and Gao Gan from Bing province, preparing 4 separate armies to attack Cao Cao together. Yuan Shang, after killing Shi Huan, believed himself to be exceptionally brave. Without waiting for Yuan Tan, Yuan Xi, Gao Gan, and the other forces to fully assemble, he led tens of thousands of troops out of Liang and engaged the vanguard of Cao Cao's army. Zhang Liao was the first to ride out. Yuan Shang raised his spear to meet him, but in less than 3 rounds, he could no longer hold his ground. He was badly defeated and fled in panic back to Ji province. When Yuan Shao heard that Yuan Shang had been defeated, he was both shocked and furious. His old illness returned, and he vomited several dou of blood before collapsing to the ground. Lady Liu hurriedly summoned Shen Pei and Feng Ji to his sickbed to discuss his final arrangements. Yuan Shao could no longer speak and could only signal with his hands. Lady Liu asked, "Shall Yuan Shang inherit your position?" Yuan Shao nodded. Shen Pei then wrote the will beside the sickbed. Soon afterward, Yuan Shao gave one loud cry, vomited blood again, and died. After Yuan Shao's death, Shen Pei and Feng Ji took charge of the funeral. Because Lady Liu had long been jealous of the 5 concubines Yuan Shao had favored in life, she had them all killed and even mutilated their bodies. Her methods were extremely cruel. Yuan Shang also feared that the families of these favored concubines might cause trouble, so he had them killed as well. After that, Shen Pei and Feng Ji established Yuan Shang as Grand Marshal and General, giving him command over Ji, Qing, Yu, and Bing provinces. Messengers were then sent everywhere to announce Yuan Shao's death. At that time, Yuan Tan had already led troops out from Qing province. When he heard of his father's death, he discussed the matter with Guo Tu and Xin Ping. Guo Tu said, "Shen Pei and Feng Ji will certainly support Yuan Shang. My lord must not enter the city rashly. First, station your troops outside the city and watch how things develop. I will go to Ji province and test the situation." When Guo Tu arrived in Ji province, Yuan Shang asked why his elder brother had not come. Guo Tu claimed that Yuan Tan had fallen ill in the army and could not arrive. Yuan Shang then said, "Father's final order named me as lord. I now appoint my elder brother as general of chariots and cavalry. Since Cao's army is pressing us hard, I ask my elder brother to serve as vanguard, while I follow behind to support him." Guo Tu took the opportunity to request that Shen Pei and Feng Ji be sent to assist in Yuan Tan's camp. Yuan Shang refused to release them both and made them draw lots instead. In the end, Feng Ji was sent to Yuan Tan's army. When Feng Ji arrived in Yuan Tan's camp and saw that Yuan Tan was not ill at all, he became uneasy. Yuan Tan saw the seal and ribbon of office and flew into a rage, wanting to kill Feng Ji. Guo Tu advised him, "Cao's army is pressing us now. For the moment, keep him alive to steady Yuan Shang. Once we defeat Cao Cao, we can turn back and fight for Ji province." Yuan Tan temporarily held back his anger. Yuan Tan led his troops to Liang and faced Cao Cao's army. He sent General Wang Zhao into battle, and Cao Cao ordered Su Huang to meet him. The two fought only briefly before Su Huang cut Wang Zhao down with one stroke. Cao's army pursued in victory, and Yuan Tan was badly defeated. He had no choice but to retreat into Liang and send someone to ask Yuan Shang for help. Yuan Shang only sent 5,000 troops to reinforce him. Cao Cao then ordered Yu Jin and Li Dian to intercept them halfway and wipe out the entire reinforcement force. When Yuan Tan heard that Yuan Shang had sent only 5,000 men, and that even those reinforcements had been destroyed, he became furious and cursed Feng Ji. Feng Ji asked to write another letter urging Yuan Shang to come in person. After the letter reached Ji province, Shen Pei advised Yuan Shang, "If Yuan Tan defeats Cao Cao, he will certainly return and fight you for Ji province. Better to borrow Cao Cao's hand and remove him." At first, Yuan Shang refused to send troops. When Yuan Tan learned this, he was overwhelmed with rage. He immediately executed Feng Ji and began planning to surrender to Cao Cao. This news soon reached Yuan Shang. Shen Pei said, "If Yuan Tan surrenders to Cao Cao and the two armies attack Ji province together, the situation will become dangerous." Only then did Yuan Shang leave Shen Pei and Su You to defend Ji province, while he personally led troops to Liang to rescue Yuan Tan. He also sent the brothers Lu Kuang and Lu Shang as vanguards. When Yuan Tan saw that Yuan Shang had personally come to help him, he temporarily stopped his plan to surrender to Cao Cao. Yuan Tan stationed his troops inside the city, while Yuan Shang camped outside, forming a mutual defensive position. Soon afterward, Yuan Shi and Gao Gan also arrived with their own troops, and the Yuan family armies joined forces against Cao Cao. In the second month of spring, in the 8th year of Jianen, Cao Cao attacked from several directions. Yuan Tan, Yuan Shang, Yuan Shi, and Gao Gan were all defeated. They abandoned Liang and fled back to Ji province. Cao Cao pursued them all the way to the walls of Ji province. Yuan Tan and Yuan Shang entered the city and held it firmly, while Yuan Shi and Gao Gan made a show of strength outside the city. Cao Cao attacked for several days but could not take the city. Guo Jia then advised him, "The Yuan family abandoned the eldest son and favored the youngest. The brothers are bound to fall into internal conflict. If we press them too hard now, they will unite against us. Better to pretend to march south against Liu Biao. Once they begin fighting among themselves, we can turn back and attack. Then victory can be decided in one blow. Cao Cao thought this was an excellent plan. He left Jia Zhu to guard Liang, Cao Hong to guard Guandu, and then pretended to lead the army south toward Jing province. After Cao's army withdrew, Yuan Tan and Yuan Shao outwardly celebrated, but inwardly each had his own plan. Yuan Tan said to Guotu and Xin Ping, "I am the eldest son, yet I cannot inherit my father's foundation. Yuan Shao is merely born of my stepmother, yet he now holds the highest position. How can I accept this?" Guotu offered a plan. Invite Yuan Shao and Shen Pei to a banquet. Hide armed men in advance and kill them during the feast. Yuan Tan accepted the plan. When Registrar Wang Shu heard of this, he warned him, "Brothers are like the left and right hands. The outside enemy has not yet been destroyed, yet you want to cut off your own hand first. How can great affairs succeed like this? Those who provoke conflict between blood relatives are only seeking temporary personal gain. My lord must not listen to them." Yuan Tan was displeased and dismissed Wang Shu, still sending someone to invite Yuan Shang. After discussing it with Shen Pei, Yuan Shang saw through Guotu's plan and simply sent troops to attack Yuan Tan. The two brothers formally turned against each other. Yuan Tan was badly defeated and fled back to Pingyuan. Unwilling to give up, Yuan Tan sent Sen Bai as his main general to fight again. Yuan Shang personally came out to meet the attack. Lu Kuang rode out and fought Sen Bai, killing him after several rounds. Yuan Tan suffered another defeat and retreated into Pingyuan, holding the city. Yuan Shang surrounded the city on 3 sides and attacked fiercely. Yuan Tan's grain supplies gradually grew tight. Guotu then proposed another plan. Why not send someone to surrender to Cao Cao and ask him to attack Ji province? Yuan Shang will certainly pull back to rescue it. Then we can strike him from behind. If Cao Cao wins, we can still take the chance to gather the remaining troops and seize Ji province. Yuan Tan accepted the plan and sent Xin Bai, the younger brother of Xin Ping, to Cao's camp to ask for help. At this time, Cao Cao was stationed at Xiping, preparing to campaign south against Liu Biao. When Xing Pei entered the camp, he presented Yuan Tan's surrender letter. Cheng Yu and the others believed Yuan Tan had been pushed into a corner and could not be trusted. But Sun Yousui zhao, Liu Biao holds the lands of the Han and Yangtze rivers, but he has no ambition to contend for rule. The Yuan family controls 4 provinces. If the brothers unite, they will become a lasting threat. Now that they are attacking each other, this is a heaven-sent opportunity. We should first take Yuan Shang, then remove Yuan Tan afterward. Hebei can then be settled. Xin Pai also urged him, saying, "The Yuan family has suffered defeat year after year. The brothers have turned against each other, and the people's hearts have scattered. To attack a city now would be like autumn wind sweeping away fallen leaves. If you miss this chance and instead go attack Jing province, that would be abandoning the easy path for the difficult one." Cao Cao was delighted. He immediately turned his army around and marched back to attack Jing province. Liu Bei worried that Cao Cao might have another hidden plan and did not dare pursue him, so he withdrew back to Jing province. When Yuan Shang heard that Cao Cao had crossed the river, he hurried back to rescue Yi City and ordered Liu Kuang and Liu Xiang to guard the rear. Yuan Tan seized the chance to pursue him, but the Liu brothers blocked him halfway. Yuan Tan said to them, "When my father was alive, he never treated you poorly. Why are you now forcing me like this?" Liu Kuang and Liu Xiang were moved by his words and dismounted to surrender, but Yuan Tan said, "You do not need to surrender to me." Surrendering to Chancellor Cao is the proper path, so the 2 brothers follow Yuan Tan to meet Cao Cao. Cao Cao was overjoyed, rewarded both generals, and even betrothed his daughter to Yuan Tan, outwardly forming a marriage alliance with him. But Guotu soon reminded Yuan Tan, Cao Cao may not be sincere about this marriage. By rewarding Liu Kuang and Liu Xiang, he is buying the hearts of the people of Hebei. My lord should secretly carve 2 generals' seals and give them to the brothers so they can serve as our inside agents later. Yuan Tan followed the advice. But after Liu Kuang and Liu Xiang received the seals, they immediately handed them to Cao Cao. After seeing them, Cao Cao laughed and said, "As expected, Yuan Tan plans to wait until I destroy Yuan Shang, then plot against me from behind." From then on, Cao Cao also began planning to eliminate Yuan Tan. After Yuan Shao returned to Ji province, he discussed matters with Shen Pei. Shen Pei advised him to attack Yuan Tan first before dealing with Cao Cao. He also sent Yin Kai to guard Maocheng and keep open the grain route to Xiangdang, while sending Zhu Shou's son Zhu Hu to guard Handan as outside support. After hearing this, Cao Cao personally led troops to attack Yin Kai. Xu Shichu rode out and killed Yin Kai in a single exchange. Cao Cao then advanced on Handan. Zhang Liao fought Zhu Hu, defeated him in less than 3 rounds, and shot him off his horse with an arrow. Cao's army rushed forward, and the troops at Handan collapsed. Cao Cao then brought the main army close to Ji province. Cao Huang had already reached the city walls. Cao Cao ordered the army to build earthen hills and dig tunnels, preparing to storm the city. Inside the city, Shen Pei maintained strict discipline and strong defenses. The Eastern Gate commander Feng Li had once been punished by Shen Pei for neglecting his duty while drunk. Bearing resentment, he escaped through a tunnel and surrendered to Cao Cao, offering a plan to enter the city through a hidden gate tunnel. Cao Cao ordered him to lead 300 elite soldiers into the city at night, but Shen Pei had already anticipated this. That night, while personally inspecting the walls, he noticed something strange near the hidden gate and immediately ordered huge stones to block the opening. Feng Li and the 300 elite soldiers were all trapped and crushed underground. After suffering this setback, Cao Cao temporarily withdrew to the banks of the Huan River and waited for Yuan Shao to come to the rescue. When Yuan Shao learned that Ji province was surrounded, he quickly withdrew from Pingyuan. His officer Ma Yan advised him to take the small road through the western hills and attack Cao's camp through the Fushui Pass. Cao Cao had already learned of this and laughed. If he takes the main road, I would need to avoid him. But if he takes the small road through the western hills, then he is delivering himself to me. Yuan Shao indeed set camp at Yanping Pavilion, only 17 li from Ji province. He planned to light fires at night and coordinate with the defenders inside the city. He also sent his secretary Li Fu, disguised as a Cao army inspector, into the city to meet Shen Pei and deliver the message. Shen Pei followed Li Fu's plan, preparing to send old and weak civilians out of the city to surrender, while hiding soldiers behind them to launch a surprise attack on Cao Cao. The next day, a white flag was raised on the city walls reading, "The people of Ji province surrender." Cao Cao saw it and immediately understood. The city must be out of food. There will certainly be ambush troops behind them. He ordered Zhang Liao and Su Huang to lead soldiers into hiding. Sure enough, after the civilians left the city, a group of soldiers followed and charged out. Cao Cao waved his flag, and the hidden troops attacked at once. The city forces fell into chaos and had to flee back inside. Cao Cao pursued them to the drawbridge, but arrows poured down from the city. One arrow struck Cao Cao's helmet, nearly wounding the top of his head. His generals hurriedly rescued him back to the lines. Cao Cao changed his armor and horse, then turned to attack Yuan Shang's camp. Yuan Shang personally came out to fight, but was surrounded by Cao forces from several directions and badly defeated. Cao Cao then sent Liu Kuang, Liu Xiang, Ma Yan, and Zhang Yi to cut off Yuan Shang's grain route. Yuan Shang could no longer fight and fled overnight to Lankou, only to be ambushed again by Cao troops. His army fell into disorder. In the end, Yuan Shang had no choice but to send Yin Kui to Cao's camp to request surrender. Cao Cao outwardly accepted, but that night he ordered Zhang Liao and Su Huang to raid Yuan Shang's camp. Yuan Shang abandoned his seals, ceremonial axe, armor, weapons, and baggage, fleeing to Zhongshan. Cao Cao then turned back to continue attacking Ji province. Su Yu proposed, "We can divert the Jiang River and flood the city." Cao Cao ordered trenches dug outside the walls. Shen Pei saw from the city walls that the trenches looked shallow and did not think they were a serious threat. But that night, Cao Cao increased the workforce tenfold and had them dig much deeper. By dawn, the trench was already 2 zhang wide and 2 zhang deep. The Zhang River was then diverted into the city. Ji province was flooded several feet deep, and with grain already cut off, countless soldiers and civilians died. Outside the city, Xin Pi raised Yuan Shang's seal, ribbon, and clothing on the tip of a long spear, urging the defenders to surrender. Xin Pi was furious. He had more than 80 members of Xin Pi's family killed and threw their heads down from the city walls. Xin Pi wept bitterly beneath the city. Shen Pei's nephew, Shen Rong, had old ties with Xin Pai. Seeing the Xin family slaughtered, he could not bear it, so he secretly wrote a letter and shot it out of the city, offering to open the gates. After receiving the letter, Cao Cao gave an order. After entering the city, do not kill the old or young of the Yuan family. All soldiers and civilians who surrender are to be spared. At dawn the next day, Shen Rong opened the western gate, and Cao's army rushed into Ji province. Shen Pei was on the southeastern tower. Seeing Cao troops enter the city, he immediately led a few riders down from the tower and fought to the death, but Su Huang captured him alive. When Xing Pai saw Shen Pei, he cursed him bitterly for killing his entire family. Shen Pei cursed Shen Pai in return for bringing Cao Cao to break the city. Cao Cao asked Shen Pei whether he would surrender. Shen Pei answered firmly, "Alive, I am a servant of the Yuan family. Dead, I will be a ghost of the Yuan family. I will never surrender." Cao Cao then asked why he had fired so many crossbow bolts the day before. Shen Pei replied, "I only regret that there were too few arrows." Cao Cao admired his loyalty and wanted to spare him, but Shen Pei wept and begged to avenge his family. Shen Pei proudly asked for death and requested to face north during execution. "My lord is in the north, do not let me die facing south." Cao Cao then ordered him executed. After his death, Shen Pei was buried north of the city. Cao Cao was about to enter the city when armed guards brought forward another man. "It was Chen Lin," Cao Cao asked him. "Back then, when you wrote that proclamation for Yuan Shao, it was enough that you cursed me. Why did you also insult my grandfather?" Chen Lin replied, "The arrow was already on the bowstring. It had to be released." Everyone urged Cao Cao to kill him, but Cao Cao valued his talent and pardoned him, appointing him as an official under his command. Ji province had now fallen. Cao Cao's son, Cao Pai, also entered the city with the army. Cao Pai was 18 years old, talented in literature, and skilled in riding, archery, and swordsmanship. When Cao Cao first captured Ji province, Cao Pai took his attendants and went straight to Yuan Shao's residence. The guards tried to stop him, saying, "The chancellor has ordered that no one may enter the Yuan residence without permission." Cao Pai shouted them back, drew his sword, and forced his way into the inner hall. There he saw two women holding each other and crying. Cao Pai stepped forward with his sword raised, about to kill them. Cao Pai had forced his way into Yuan Shao's residence. When he saw two women holding each other and crying, he was about to draw his sword and kill them. But then he noticed one of them had an extraordinary appearance, so he stopped and questioned them. The older woman said she was Yuan Shao's wife, Lady Liu. The other woman was Lady Zhen, the wife of Yuan Shi. Cao Pai stepped closer and said to Lady Liu, "I am the son of Chancellor Cao Cao. I can keep your family safe." After Cao Cao entered the city, he learned that Cao Pai had entered the Yuan residence first, so he called him out and questioned him. Lady Liu hurriedly knelt down and said that if not for Cao Pai, her whole family would already have been killed. She was willing to offer Lady Zhen to Cao Pai as a concubine. When Cao Cao saw Lady Zhen's outstanding beauty, he said, "She truly has the look of my daughter-in-law," so he ordered Cao Pai to marry Lady Zhen. After Ji province was pacified, Cao Cao personally went to Yuan Shao's tomb to offer sacrifices. Thinking back to how the two of them had once raised troops together and discussed the great situation of the empire, he could not help but weep. After that, he rewarded Yuan Shao's family members, ordered that the taxes of the people of Hebei for that year be remitted, and submitted a memorial to the court, appointing himself governor of Ji province. Because Zhu Yu had helped Cao Cao take Ji province, he became more and more arrogant. One day, when he met Su Chu, he pointed at the city gate and said, "If not for me, how could any of you enter and leave this city?" Su Chu was furious. He believed that the generals had fought through blood and fire to capture the city, yet Su Yu dared to look down on them like this. He drew his sword on the spot and killed Su Yu. Although Cao Cao blamed Su Chu for being rash, he still remembered Su Yu's former service and gave him a proper burial. After that, Cao Cao searched for talented men in Ji province, and someone recommended Kuiyan. After Cao Cao summoned Kuiyan, he said, "Ji province has a population of 300,000 households. It truly is a great province." But Kuiyan spoke directly. "The bones of the people are exposed in the wilderness, yet instead of first comforting the hearts of the people, Chancellor, you first count the households. Is this what the people hope for?" After hearing this, Cao Cao immediately apologized and treated him as an honored guest. At this time, Yuan Tan heard that Yuan Shang had fled in defeat, so he gathered Yuan Shang's remaining troops and planned to attack Ji province again. Cao Cao sent someone to summon him, but Yuan Tan refused to come. Cao Cao was furious. He broke off the marriage alliance with Yuan Tan and personally led troops to attack him, marching straight toward Ping Yuan. Yuan Tan knew he could not resist, so he sent someone to ask Liu Biao for help. Liu Biao asked Liu Bei what he should do. Liu Bei believed that Cao Cao had just pacified Ji province and his military momentum was strong. The Yuan brothers would sooner or later be destroyed, and Jing province should not act rashly at this moment. So Liu Biao only wrote letters urging Yuan Tan and Yuan Shang to reconcile and resist Cao Cao together, but in reality, he sent no troops. Yuan Tan understood that Liu Biao had no real intention of rescuing him, so he abandoned Ping Yuan and retreated to defend Nanpi. Cao Cao pursued him to Nanpi. It was deep winter, the river was frozen, and grain boats could not move. He ordered the common people to break the ice and drag the boats. The people were terrified and fled. Cao Cao originally wanted to punish them, but the people came back to confess their guilt. Cao Cao could not bear to kill them, so he only told them to hide in the mountains. The people all left in tears. Afterward, Yuan Tan came out of the city to fight. Cao Cao accused him of betraying kindness, while Yuan Tan cursed Cao Cao for seizing his city and taking his wife. Cao Cao was enraged and ordered Su Huang into battle. Su Huang killed Yuan Tan's general Peng An, and Yuan Tan retreated in defeat back into Nanpi. Cao Cao surrounded the city. Yuan Tan sent Xin Ping to request surrender. Cao Cao did not trust Yuan Tan's repeated changes of loyalty and refused to accept him. Xin Ping remained loyal to the Yuan family and would not surrender to Cao Cao. But after returning to the city, Yuan Tan suspected him of disloyalty. Xin Ping died in anger. Guo Tu proposed a plan. He told Yuan Tan to drive the common people of the city forward, with the army following behind them, and fight Cao Cao to the death. The next day, Yuan Tan opened all 4 gates and forced the people to charge forward. The 2 armies fought from morning until noon, and casualties were heavy. Cao Cao personally beat the war drums to encourage his troops, and the morale of the Cao army rose greatly. Cao Hong broke into the enemy formation and killed Yuan Tan. Guo Tu fled back toward the city, but Yu Jin shot him with an arrow. He fell into the city moat. Cao Cao then captured Nanpi and comforted the people. Cao Cao hung Yuan Tan's head at the northern gate and ordered that anyone who dared to cry would be executed. But Wang Zhu, the assistant officer of Qing province, put on mourning clothes and wept beneath the head. Cao Cao asked him whether he feared death. Wang Zhu answered, "When he was alive, I received his appointment. Now that he is dead, if I do not mourn him, then I am unjust." Cao Cao sighed that Hebei had many righteous men. He allowed Wang Zhu to bury Yuan Tan and appointed him palace gentleman for finance. After that, Jiao Chu and Zhang Nan led troops to surrender, and Zhang Yan, the chief of the Black Mountain Bandits, also submitted with 100,000 soldiers. Cao Cao rewarded them all and sent former Yuan officers to divide their forces and attack Yu province and Bing province. Yuan Shang and Yuan Shi knew they could not resist, so they abandoned the city and fled to the Wuhan people in western Liaoning. The inspector of Yu province, Wu Huanshu, gathered the officials and swore loyalty to Cao Cao with blood. Only Han Heng firmly refused, saying that he had received great kindness from the Yuan family and could not surrender to Cao Cao. Seeing that his resolve was firm, Wu Huanshu let him leave and led the others to surrender to Cao Cao. In Bing province, Gao Gan defended Huguan to the death, and Cao Cao personally went there. Sun Yu proposed a false surrender plan. Cao Cao ordered Lu Kuang and Lu Xiang to pretend that Cao Cao suspected them and that they wished to return to the Yuan family. Gao Gan believed them and sent them to lead troops in a night raid on Cao's camp. As a result, he fell into an ambush. Yu Jin and Li Dan seized the chance to capture Huguan. Gao Gan fled. He first tried to seek help from the Shanyu, but failed. Then he tried to join Liu Bao, but on the way, he was captured and killed by Commandant Wang Yan, who presented his head to Cao Cao. After Bing province was pacified, Cao Cao planned to campaign far north against the Wuhuan and pursue Yuan Shi and Yuan Shang. The generals worried that Liu Bei and Liu Bao might take advantage of the empty rear and attack Suchang, so they urged him to return. But Guojia believed that the Wuhuan were far away on the frontier and would certainly be unprepared. If the Yuan brothers were not eliminated, they would eventually become a threat. Liu Bao also lacked the ability to control Liu Bei, so there was no need to fear them. Cao Cao accepted Guojia's advice and led the army north. On the road, yellow sand filled the sky, and the path was dangerous and difficult. Cao Cao once considered retreating. Though Guojia lay ill in his carriage, he still urged him to advance rapidly with light cavalry and find someone familiar with the terrain to guide them. Cao Cao summoned Tian Chou, a former officer of Yuan Shao. Tian Chou knew the northern routes well. He suggested taking a detour through Lulong Pass, crossing Mount Baitan, and advancing directly toward Lucheng from a place where no one was defending. Cao Cao was delighted. He appointed Tian Chou as guide, Zhang Liao as vanguard, and ordered the army to move quickly with light equipment. When the army reached White Wolf Mountain, they happened to encounter Yuan Shi, Yuan Shang, and the Wuhuan leader Tadun joining forces. Cao Cao climbed to a high place and saw that the enemy formation was disorderly, so he immediately ordered Zhang Liao to attack. Zhang Liao, together with Su Chu, Yu Jin, and Su Huang, charged from different directions, throwing the Wuhuan into chaos. Zhang Liao personally killed Tadun, and the remaining troops surrendered one after another. Yuan Shi and Yuan Shang escaped toward Liaodong with several thousand cavalrymen. On the return march, the weather was bitterly cold and dry. For 200 li, there was no water. The army ran out of food and had to slaughter horses for meat and dig deep into the ground for water. After returning to Yi province, Cao Cao instead rewarded the generals who had originally advised against the northern campaign, saying that although this campaign had been victorious, it was still a narrow and fortunate success. Their earlier objections had been the safer and more complete plan. However, by the time Cao Cao returned to Yi province, Guo Jiao had already died of illness. Cao Cao wept bitterly and said, "Feng Sao is dead. Heaven has taken one of my arms." Before his death, Guo Jiao had left a letter reminding Cao Cao not to attack Liaodong. The generals did not understand. Cao Cao only said, "Wait a few days. Gongsun Kang will send us the heads of the 2 Yuan brothers himself." After Yuan Shi and Yuan Shang fled to Liaodong, they secretly discussed killing Gongsun Kang and seizing Liaodong. Gongsun Kang also feared that the 2 Yuan brothers might turn from guests into masters. Once he learned that Cao Cao had no intention of attacking Liaodong, he set an ambush, tricked the 2 brothers into a banquet, and killed them on the spot. Then he sent their heads to Yi province. When Cao Cao saw the heads, he laughed and said, "Exactly as Feng Sao predicted." Only then did everyone understand that Guo Jiao's final letter had already judged the situation. If Cao Cao attacked Liaodong, Gongsun Kang would join forces with the Yuan brothers to resist him. But if Cao Cao stayed still, they would become suspicious of one another and eventually destroy each other. With the Yuan brothers destroyed, Hebei was basically pacified. Cao Cao led the army back to Ji province and ordered Guo Jiao's coffin to be sent back to Suchang for burial. Cheng Yu and the others suggested that since the north had been settled, they should return to Suchang and prepare to march south. Cao Cao already had the same idea. That night, Cao Cao stayed in the eastern corner tower of Ji province and leaned on the railing to observe the stars. Sun Yu was beside him. Cao Cao looked toward the southern sky and said, "The southern fortune is still strong. I fear it cannot be touched for now." But Sun Yu believed that with Cao Cao's current power, there was no land under heaven that could not be pacified. Before he had finished speaking, a golden light suddenly shot from the ground straight into the sky. Sun Yu exclaimed, "There must be a treasure underground." Cao Cao immediately went downstairs and ordered men to dig at the place where the golden light had appeared. It is said that at the place where the golden light had risen, Cao Cao dug up a bronze sparrow. Sun Yu believed this was an auspicious sign. Cao Cao was overjoyed and ordered the bronze sparrow terrace to be built beside the Zhang River. Later, Calzi suggested building the Jade Dragon Terrace and the Golden Phoenix Terrace on the left and right sides of the Bronze Sparrow Terrace, with flying bridges connecting them. Cao Cao was very pleased. He left Cao Pai and Calzi in Yi Commandery to oversee the construction, while he returned to Suchang with the former troops of Yuan Shao that he had absorbed. After returning to the capital, Cao Cao rewarded those who had made contributions, posthumously honored Guo Jia as Marquis Zhen, and divided the army into farming colonies so the troops could rest for a time, waiting for the right moment to campaign south against Liu Biao and Sun Quan. Meanwhile, Liu Bei was in Jing province, and Liu Biao treated him very well. Former Jiangxia officers Zhang Wu and Chen Sun started a rebellion, and Liu Bei volunteered to lead troops to suppress them. Liu Biao gave him 30,000 soldiers. Liu Bei took Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yun with him and soon arrived at Jiangxia. On the battlefield, Liu Bei noticed that Zhang Wu was riding a fine horse. Zhao Yun immediately rode out and within 3 rounds, stabbed Zhang Wu to death and took the horse back. Zhang Fei then killed Chen Sun. The rebel army fell into chaos, and Liu Bei took the chance to accept the surrender of the remaining soldiers, pacifying Jiangxia. Liu Biao was delighted and held a banquet to celebrate the victory. During the feast, Liu Bei suggested that Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, and Zhao Yun should be sent to guard key locations, so they could defend against Nan Yu, Zhang Lu, and Sun Quan. Liu Biao was about to accept the suggestion, but Kai Mao secretly warned Lady Kai that if Liu Bei placed his 3 great generals outside and kept himself inside Jingzhou City, he would become a hidden danger over time. Lady Kai then urged Liu Biao to be wary of Liu Bei. Although Liu Biao believed Liu Bei was kind and honorable, he also began to waver. The next day, Liu Biao saw that Liu Bei's horse was unusually powerful and handsome, so Liu Bei gave the horse to him as a gift. Kuai Yu recognized the horse as Di Lu. He said that the horse had tear grooves under its eyes and white spots near its forehead, and that it would bring harm to its master. Zhang Wu had died precisely because he rode this horse. Liu Biao became frightened after hearing this, so he used the excuse that Liu Bei often had to go to war and returned the horse to him. He also sent Liu Bei to station troops at Xinyi. Liu Bei accepted gladly and left Jingzhou. Just after Liu Bei left the city, Yi Ji stopped him and said, "This horse is called Dilu. It brings misfortune to its master. Liu Jingzhou returned it to you for that reason." But Liu Bei only smiled and said, "Life and death are decided by fate. How could a single horse decide them?" Yi Ji admired his broad-mindedness, and from then on he often associated with Liu Bei. After Liu Bei arrived at Xinyi, he comforted the soldiers and people, governed the area well, and gradually won the hearts of the people. In the spring of the 12th year of Jianan, Lady Gan gave birth to a son. He was named Liu Shan, with the childhood name Ado. On the night of his birth, a white crane landed on the roof of the county office, cried out, and then flew west. When Lady Gan went into labor, the whole room was filled with a strange fragrance. She had also once dreamed that she swallowed the Northern Dipper. Because of this, everyone believed that this child had an extraordinary origin. At this time, Cao Cao had not yet returned from his northern campaign. Liu Bei advised Liu Biao to take advantage of the emptiness of Xuchang and send troops north, saying that perhaps they could succeed in one strike. But Liu Biao was content with the 9 commanderies of Jing province and did not want to take the risk. Later, when Cao Cao returned from Liuchang, Liu Bei regretted missing the opportunity. He invited Liu Bei to Jingzhou again for wine. During the banquet, he brought up the matter of succession.
His eldest son Liu Qi was worthy but weak, while his younger son Liu Kong was clever and had the support of the Kai family. So Liu Biao wanted to remove the elder and establish the younger. Liu Bei advised him seriously. Since ancient times, removing the elder son and establishing the younger has always been the source of disaster and disorder. If you are worried that the Kai family is too powerful, you can weaken them slowly. But you must not establish the younger son simply because of personal affection. These words were heard by Lady Kai, who was hiding behind a screen, and she hated Liu Bei even more from then on. Liu Bei also realized that he had spoken too directly, so he used the excuse of going to the restroom and left the table. In the restroom, he noticed that soft flesh had grown on his thighs. He could not help sighing that time had passed, yet his great cause was still unfinished, and tears fell from his eyes. When he returned to the banquet, Liu Biao asked why he was sad. Liu Bei said that he had not ridden a horse for a long time, so flesh had grown back on his thighs. He was getting older, yet had accomplished nothing. Liu Biao then mentioned what Cao Cao had once said during the green plums and warm wine discussion of heroes, and urged him not to look down on himself. Under the influence of wine, Liu Bei blurted out, "If I had a place to stand, those mediocre men would not necessarily be worth my attention." Liu Biao's expression changed when he heard this. Liu Bei immediately realized he had misspoken, so he pretended to be drunk and took his leave. It is said that at the place where the golden light had risen, Cao Cao dug up a bronze sparrow. Sun Yu believed this was an auspicious sign. Cao Cao was overjoyed and ordered the bronze sparrow terrace to be built beside the Zhang River. Later, Cao Zi suggested building the Jade Dragon Terrace and the Golden Phoenix Terrace on the left and right sides of the Bronze Sparrow Terrace, with flying bridges connecting them. Cao Cao was very pleased. He left Cao Pai and Cao Zi in Ye Commandery to oversee the construction, while he returned to Suchong with the former troops of Yuan Shao that he had absorbed. After returning to the capital, Cao Cao rewarded those who had made contributions, posthumously honored Guo Jia as Marquis Zhen, and divided the army into farming colonies so the troops could rest for a time, waiting for the right moment to campaign south against Liu Biao and Sun Quan. Meanwhile, Liu Bei was in Jing province, and Liu Biao treated him very well. Former Zhangxia officers Zhang Wu and Chen Sun started a rebellion, and Liu Bei volunteered to lead troops to suppress them. Liu Biao gave him 30,000 soldiers. Liu Bei took Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yun with him, and soon arrived at Zhangxia. On the battlefield, Liu Bei noticed that Zhang Wu was riding a fine horse. Zhao Yun immediately rode out and, within 3 rounds, stabbed Zhang Wu to death and took the horse back. Zhang Fei then killed Chen Sun. The rebel army fell into chaos, and Liu Bei took the chance to accept the surrender of the remaining soldiers, pacifying Zhangxia. Liu Biao was delighted and held a banquet to celebrate the victory. During the feast, Liu Bei suggested that Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, and Zhao Yun should be sent to guard key locations so they could defend against Nen Yu, Zhang Lu, and Sun Quan. Liu Biao was about to accept the suggestion, but Kai Mao secretly warned Lady Kai that if Liu Bei placed his 3 great generals outside and kept himself inside Jingzhou city, he would become a hidden danger over time. Lady Kai then urged Liu Biao to be wary of Liu Bei. Although Liu Biao believed Liu Bei was kind and honorable, he also began to waver. The next day, Liu Biao saw that Liu Bei's horse was unusually powerful and handsome, so Liu Bei gave the horse to him as a gift. Kuai Yu recognized the horse as Dalu. He said that the horse had tear grooves under its eyes and white spots near its forehead, and that it would bring harm to its master. Zhang Wu had died precisely because he rode this horse. Liu Biao became frightened after hearing this, so he used the excuse that Liu Bei often had to go to war and returned the horse to him. He also sent Liu Bei to station troops at Xinye. Liu Bei accepted gladly and left Jingzhou. Just after Liu Bei left the city, Yi Ji stopped him and said, "This horse is called Dalu. It brings misfortune to its master. Liu Jingzhou returned it to you for that reason." But Liu Bei only smiled and said, "Life and death are decided by fate. How could a single horse decide them?" Yi Ji admired his broad-mindedness, and from then on, he often associated with Liu Bei. After Liu Bei arrived at Xinye, he comforted the soldiers and people, governed the area well, and gradually won the hearts of the people. In the spring of the 12th year of Jianan, Lady Gan gave birth to a son. He was named Liu Shen, with the childhood name Adou. On the night of his birth, a white crane landed on the roof of the county office, cried out, and then flew west. When Lady Gan went into labor, the whole room was filled with a strange fragrance. She had also once dreamed that she swallowed the Northern Dipper. Because of this, everyone believed that this child had an extraordinary origin. At this time, Cao Cao had not yet returned from his northern campaign. Liu Bei advised Liu Biao to take advantage of the emptiness of Suchang and send troops north, saying that perhaps they could succeed in one strike. But Liu Biao was content with the 9 commanderies of Jing province and did not want to take the risk. Later, when Cao Cao returned from Liuchen, Liu Biao regretted missing the opportunity. He invited Liu Bei to Jingzhou again for wine. During the banquet, he brought up the matter of succession.
His eldest son, Liu Qi, was worthy but weak, while his younger son, Liu Kong, was clever and had the support of the Kai family, so Liu Biao wanted to remove the elder and establish the younger. Liu Bei advised him seriously, "Since ancient times, removing the elder son and establishing the younger has always been the source of disaster and disorder. If you are worried that the Kai family is too powerful, you can weaken them slowly, but you must not establish the younger son simply because of personal affection." These words were heard by Lady Kai, who was hiding behind a screen, and she hated Liu Bei even more from then on. Liu Bei also realized that he had spoken too directly, so he used the excuse of going to the restroom and left the table. In the restroom, he noticed that soft flesh had grown on his thighs. He could not help sighing that time had passed, yet his great cause was still unfinished, and tears fell from his eyes. When he returned to the banquet, Liu Biao asked why he was sad. Liu Bei said that he had not ridden a horse for a long time, so flesh had grown back on his thighs. He was getting older, yet had accomplished nothing. Liu Bei then mentioned what Cao Cao had once said during the green plums and warm wine discussion of heroes, and urged him not to look down on himself. Under the influence of wine, Liu Bei blurted out, "If I had a place to stand, those mediocre men would not necessarily be worth my attention." Liu Bei's expression changed when he heard this. Liu Bei immediately realized he had misspoken, so he pretended to be drunk and took his leave. Lady Kai took the opportunity to tell Liu Biao that Liu Bei had ambitions toward Jing province and could not be left alone. Liu Biao still hesitated. Lady Kai then secretly summoned Kai Mao and discussed killing Liu Bei. Kai Mao decided to act first at Liu Bei's guest quarters. Luckily, Yi Ji came through the night to warn Liu Bei and urged him to leave at once. Liu Bei wanted to say farewell to Liu Biao first, but Yi Ji said anxiously, "If you go to say farewell, you will be waiting for Kai Mao to kill you." Only then did Liu Bei flee back to Xinye that very night. When Kai Mao found that Liu Bei had already escaped, he forged a rebellious poem on the wall of Liu Bei's guest quarters, accusing Liu Bei of leaving without farewell and harboring treasonous intentions. When Liu Biao saw the poem, he was furious and drew his sword, wanting to kill Liu Bei. But soon he came to his senses. He had known Liu Bei for many years and had never heard that Liu Bei could write poems. This was most likely someone stirring trouble. So he scraped the poem from the wall and did not pursue the matter at once. Seeing that Liu Biao refused to act, Kai Mao and Lady Kai formed another plan. They would use a grand gathering of officials in Shangyang to lure Liu Bei to a banquet, then set a trap to kill him. Kai Mao submitted a memorial asking Liu Biao to summon the officials of the 9 commanderies of Jing province to a gathering in Shangyang. Liu Biao was ill and could not preside over it, so he asked Liu Bei to host the guests on his behalf. The messenger went to Xinye to invite Liu Bei. Sun Qian felt the matter was suspicious and advised him not to go. Guan Yu, however, believed that if Liu Bei refused to attend, would only make Liu Biao more suspicious. Zhang Fei said bluntly, "No good banquet is being held here, no good meeting is waiting for us." Zhao Yun volunteered to take 300 elite soldiers with him to protect Liu Bei. In the end, Liu Bei decided to attend. After Liu Bei arrived in Shangyang, Kai Mao outwardly welcomed him with great respect. Liu Qi and Liu Kong also came out to receive him. Zhao Yun was fully armed and stayed close to Liu Bei at every step. Kai Mao then discussed with Kuai Yu. They would first arrange a separate table for the military officers, draw Zhao Yun away, and then move against Liu Bei. Kai Mao also placed troops at the east, south, and north gates, leaving only the west gate unguarded, because outside the west gate lay Tan Stream, where the water was deep and fast, making it difficult to cross. After the banquet began, Zhao Yun stood beside Liu Bei. Wen Ping and Wang Wei came to invite Zhao Yun to the military officers' table. Zhao Yun refused, but Liu Bei advised him to go for the moment, so Zhao Yun reluctantly left. Kai Mao also sent Liu Bei's 300 soldiers back to their lodging. The mansion was filled with hidden troops, waiting only for the wine to pass halfway before making their move. After 3 rounds of wine, Yi Ji raised his cup and walked to Liu Bei. He signaled with his eyes and whispered, "Please go change your clothes." Liu Bei understood and rose from the banquet. Yi Ji followed him to the rear garden and told him that Kai Mao had already set a killing trap. The east, south, and north gates all had ambushes, and only the west gate offered a path of escape. Liu Bei was shocked. He immediately led out the Delu horse, mounted it, rushed out from the rear garden, and charged straight toward the west gate. The gate guards could not stop him and hurried to report to Kai Mao. Kai Mao immediately led 500 soldiers in pursuit. Liu Bei fled all the way, but Tan Stream blocked the road ahead. The water was wide, the waves were surging, and the pursuing troops were closing in from behind. Liu Bei sighed, "This time I fear I am truly finished." He had no choice but to ride into the stream. Unexpectedly, Delu's front hooves sank into the water. Liu Bei cried out, "Delu, Delu, today you really are bringing harm to me." But before his words had ended, the horse suddenly leaped with all its strength, rose from the water, and jumped 3 zhang across, carrying Liu Bei onto the opposite bank. Liu Bei looked back and saw Kai Mao had reached the edge of the stream. Kai Mao pretended to shout, "Why did you leave the banquet, my lord?" Liu Bei angrily asked, "I have no grudge against you. Why do you want to harm me?" Kai Mao claimed it was a misunderstanding, but he had already secretly drawn his bow. Liu Bei saw that something was wrong and immediately turned his horse, riding southwest. Kai Mao watched him disappear into the distance and exclaimed, "What kind of immortal is helping him?" Just as he was about to withdraw his troops, dust rose at the west gate. Zhao Yun had already led 300 soldiers charging out of the city. It is said that just as Kai Mao was about to return to the city, Zhao Yun had already led 300 soldiers in pursuit. Earlier during the banquet, Zhao Yun noticed unusual troop movements inside the residence. He hurried inside to investigate, only to discover that Xu Dende was gone. When he rushed to the guest quarters to ask around, he learned that Kai Mao had taken troops and ridden westward. Zhao Yun immediately sensed danger. He grabbed his spear, mounted his horse, and rode straight toward the west gate. Zhao Yun caught up with Kai Mao outside the city and shouted sternly, "Where is my lord?" Kai Mao pretended ignorance and replied, "The lord suddenly left the banquet. I do not know where he went." Zhao Yun did not believe him and continued searching ahead. When he reached Tan Stream, he saw steep terrain and no road in any direction, yet there were clear watermarks on the opposite bank. He was shocked. Could it be that my lord and his horse leaped across this great stream? He ordered his 300 soldiers to search everywhere, but they could not find Liu Bei. By the time Zhao Yun turned back, Kai Mao had already returned to the city. Fearing an ambush inside Xiangyang, Zhao Yun had no choice but to lead his troops back to Xinyi. Meanwhile, after Xu Dende leaped across Tan Stream, he felt as if he were dreaming. He thought to himself, "Such a wide stream, yet I crossed it in one leap. Could this not be heaven's will?" He slowly traveled toward Nanzhong. As the sun was setting, he suddenly saw a young shepherd boy riding an ox and playing a flute. Xu Dende sighed and said, "Even this child lives more freely than I do." The shepherd stopped playing, looked him over, and asked, "Could you be Liu Xuanyi, the man who once fought against the Yellow Turbans?" Xu Dende was startled. "You are only a village child. How do you know my name?" The shepherd replied, "I often serve beside my master and hear visitors speak of Liu Sheneng. They say his hands hang below his knees and his eyes can see his own ears. They say he is a hero of this age. Looking at your appearance, I guessed it must be you." Xu Dende asked who his master was. The shepherd answered, "His family name is Sima, given name Hui, style name Decao. His Taoist title is Master Water Mirror. He is close friends with Peng Degong of Xiangyang and Peng Tong." After hearing this, Sutan asked the shepherd to lead him there so he could visit Master Water Mirror. When they arrived at the estate, Sutan had only just entered through the middle gate when he heard elegant zither music drifting through the courtyard. He did not dare interrupt and quietly listened. Suddenly the music stopped and a man walked out laughing. The music was calm and peaceful, but suddenly it carried a heroic spirit. There must be a hero secretly listening nearby. The shepherd introduced him. "This is my master, Master Water Mirror." Sutan saw that the man resembled a crane among pine trees, graceful and extraordinary in bearing, and quickly bowed in greeting.
Water Mirror looked at Satan's soaked clothes and smiled. Today you narrowly escaped disaster. Water Mirror invited Satan into the cottage. Satana saw shelves filled with books, pine and bamboo outside the windows, and a zither lying upon a stone table. The entire room carried a feeling of pure tranquility. Water Mirror asked, "Why has my lord come here?" Satan wanted to avoid the truth, but Water Mirror only smiled. "There is no need for politeness. You came here fleeing for your life, did you not?" Only then did Satan tell him everything: the banquet at Shengyang, Kai Mao's ambush, and the leap across Tan Stream. After listening, Water Mirror asked, "I have long heard your great name. Why then have you fallen into such hardship?" Satan sighed. "My fate has always been unfortunate." Water Mirror shook his head. "It is not fate. It is because you do not yet have a true strategist by your side." Satana replied, "I already have ministers such as Sun Qian, Mi Zhu, and Zhang Yang, and mighty generals like Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yan." Water Mirror said, "Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yan are all warriors capable of facing 10,000 men, but sadly there is no one able to make proper use of them. As for Sun Qian, Mi Zhu, and the others, they are merely refined scholars. They do not possess the talent to govern and stabilize the realm." Swande quickly asked for guidance. Water Mirror replied, "There is a children's song in Jing province. Between the 8th and 9th years, decline will begin. By the 13th year, nothing will remain. In the end, heaven's mandate will find its rightful owner, and the dragon hidden in the mud will soar into the sky." This refers to Lu Jingsheng nearing the end of his fate, and the dragon rising into the sky refers to you. Swande was shocked and repeatedly said he dared not accept such praise. Water Mirror continued, "At present, the greatest talents in the realm are gathered in this land, Wulong and Fengchu. Gain even one of them, and you may bring peace to the empire." Swande eagerly asked, "Who are Wulong and Fengchu?" But Water Mirror only smiled and said, "Good, good." He then told Swande to stay the night and said he would speak again tomorrow. Late that night, Swande heard someone knocking at the door. Water Mirror asked, "Yuan Ji, why have you come?" The visitor replied, "I once believed Lu Jingsheng knew how to employ talent, so I personally went to serve him. Only then did I learn he merely had an empty reputation. He cannot employ worthy men and cannot remove evil men either, so I left him a letter and departed." Water Mirror sighed. "A true hero stands right before your eyes, yet you still have not recognized him." Swande overheard these words from inside his room and secretly rejoiced, believing this man must be either Wulong or Fengchu. But when morning came and he asked again, Water Mirror only said that the man had already departed and still refused to reveal his name. Swande repeatedly begged Water Mirror to leave the mountains and help restore the Han dynasty. Water Mirror declined. "I am merely an idle man of the wilderness, unfit for worldly affairs. In the future, there will naturally be men 10 times more talented than I who will aid you." Just then, the sound of horses neighing came from outside the estate. A young servant rushed in and reported, "A general has arrived with several hundred men." Zhuandi stepped outside and saw it was Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun said, "Last night I returned to the county and could not find my lord. I searched all night and finally found you here. Please return quickly to Xinye." Zhuandi had no choice but to bid farewell to Water Mirror and leave with Zhao Yun. Along the way, they encountered Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. The brothers reunited, and when Zhuandi recounted the story of leaping across Tan Stream, all of them marveled in amazement. After returning to Xinye, Sun Qian suggested writing to Liu Biao to explain how Kai Mao had prepared an ambush. Liu Biao was furious after reading the letter and summoned Kai Mao for questioning. "How dare you harm my brother?" He immediately ordered Kai Mao executed. Lady Kai rushed over in tears to plead for mercy, and Sun Qian also advised, "If Kai Mao is killed, it will only make the imperial uncle uneasy." Only then did Liu Biao relent. Instead, he ordered his eldest son, Liu Qi, to accompany Sun Qian to Xinye and apologize. After Liu Qi arrived in Xinye, he suddenly burst into tears during the banquet. Zhuandi asked why. Liu Qi replied, "My stepmother, Lady Kai, constantly wishes to harm me. I truly have no way out." Zhuandi advised him, "Simply continue to honor your father, and you will remain safe." Liu Qi tearfully took his leave. Zhuandi escorted him out of the city and pointed at Di Lu, saying, "If not for this horse, I would likely have died at Tan Stream." Liu Qi replied, "This was not the horse's doing. It is because Uncle's destiny and fortune are strong." On the way back to the city, Zhuandi saw a man wearing a simple headscarf and plain robes, walking while singing. The meaning of the song was that the world was falling into chaos. Worthy men sought enlightened rulers, yet enlightened rulers failed to recognize them. Zhuandi thought to himself, could this be the Wulong or Fengchu that Water Mirror spoke of? He dismounted, greeted the man, and invited him into the county office. The man introduced himself as Shanfu from Yangshang. He said he had long heard of Liu Bei's respect for worthy men and had specially come to join him. When Shanfu saw the horse Liu Bei was riding, he asked, "Could this be Liu? Though it is a 1,000-li horse, it harms its master." Yuan replied that this had already proven true and recounted the leap across Tan Stream. Shanfu said, "That incident merely saved its master. It has not yet harmed one. If you wish to remove the curse, give the horse to an enemy. After it harms another man, you may ride it again." Liu Bei's face darkened. "Sir has only just arrived, yet instead of teaching me righteousness, you teach me how to harm others. I cannot follow such advice." Shanfu burst into laughter. "I had long heard of your benevolence, my lord. I merely tested you." Only then did Yuan relax. He appointed Shanfu as his military advisor and asked him to help train the troops. Meanwhile, after Cao Cao returned to Suchang, he continued planning to seize Jing province. He sent Cao Ren, Li Dian, Lu Kuang, and Lu Shang with 30,000 soldiers to garrison Fancheng and observe Jingshang. Lu Kuang and Lu Shang volunteered, saying, "Liu Bei is recruiting troops and buying horses at Xinye. His ambitions are not small. We are willing to take 5,000 elite soldiers and bring back Liu Bei's head for the chancellor." Cao Ren agreed and ordered the two brothers to attack Xinye. Scouts soon brought news to Xinye, and Zhande asked Shanfu for advice. Shanfu said, "Send Guan Yu along the left route to strike their center army. Send Zhang Fei along the right route to cut off their retreat. Let my lord and Zhao Yun face them head-on. Attack from 3 sides, and the enemy will certainly lose." Zhande followed the plan exactly. Soon Li Kuang and Lu Shang arrived with their army. Zhande rode out and shouted a challenge. Lu Kuang replied, "We come under the chancellor's orders to capture you." Zhande flew into anger and ordered Zhao Yun into battle. Within only a few exchanges, Zhao Yun speared Lu Kuang to death. Lu Shang fled in defeat, only to run into Guan Yu's ambush and lose most of his troops. After escaping a short distance, he encountered Zhang Fei and was stabbed to death with a single spear thrust. Zhande won a great victory and captured a large number of defeated soldiers. After returning to the city, he respected Shanfu even more. The defeated soldiers fled back to Fancheng. When Cao Ren learned that both Lu Kuang and Lu Shang had been killed, he was shocked. Li Dian advised, "Liu Bei cannot be underestimated. We should remain still for now and first report to the chancellor, asking for a larger army." But Cao Ren angrily replied, "2 generals have been killed. How can we not seek revenge? Xinye is only a tiny place. Why should the chancellor personally come?" Li Dian answered, "I do not fear battle, but military strategy teaches us to know both ourselves and the enemy. We must not underestimate them." Cao Ren accused him of cowardice and insisted on marching out. Li Dian had no choice but to follow, as Cao Ren gathered 25,000 soldiers, crossed the river, and marched straight toward Xinye. But at this moment, Cao Ren still did not realize that the man standing before him was no longer the same Liu Bei who once wandered everywhere, homeless and dependent on others. Though Xinye was small, truly extraordinary people had already begun gathering there. An unknown man like Shanfu had already caused Cao Ren to lose 2 generals in succession. And yet the Wulong and Feng Chu spoken of by Master Watermere had still not appeared. If even one Shanfu was already this formidable, then who exactly were the 2 geniuses said to be capable of bringing peace to the world with only one of them? And when would they finally appear? We will continue the story next time.
The sky in light, Nuwa healed the broken heart. Fuxi traced the world's design. Every age leaves stories bright. Yaya dynasty shaped bronze. Shang dynasty cast oracle bones. Thou dynasty built right. Qin dynasty forged the great walls. Han dynasty opened Silk Road winds. 3 kingdoms dynasty turned war to tales. Qin dynasty Kingdoms dynasty turn war to tales. Qin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty carved the Grand Canal. Tang dynasty crowned the world with art. Song dynasty raised learn